Greetings, beautiful people. Dr. Dominique here. Greetings. I hope you're doing well this Wednesday. I'm quite excited to talk about today's topic. Truly, everything in divine order. um, so let me just start by saying God is amazing. And He really does have a way. I'm going to speak for myself. He really does have a way of guiding us when we invite Him in to guide us. Not only was my devotion this morning dead on, I mean, I truly woke up feeling so full of thoughts. Like, woke up, thank God, went to the bathroom, brushed my teeth, washed my face, and then the thoughts started to come. And that's how it's been for like 2 weeks now. And it is so draining. So let me set the context because I believe there are others who are experiencing and managing something similar. And it could really drive you a little lulu. Like, could drive you real lulu. I know I am in a transition and I know that I am pivoting in my business. I know that I am going to a higher level. And I know that what is before me is something I have not done yet. That's all I know. And so I feel like I'm going crazy trying to figure out what I should be doing in this next season. Do I walk away from the business? Do I go get a job? Do I do both? I don't know. I have a different perspective today, though. I am clearer than I was when I woke up. And then I started thinking about making money. I made the most money I've ever made in my business last year. That was a huge accomplishment. As an overachiever, I'm looking to do that and more and quicker. I am learning. Man, I am learning. And the pressure I put on myself based on the expectations that I have of myself, I'm learning I have to give myself grace. So that's a whole nother one, too. On top of that, I keep thinking, if only you would just, when is it going to happen? Why is this happening to me? Why can't I just have the amount I want to make right now? Which, by the way, is $40,000 a month. I'm a quarter of the way there. Even that feels so ungrateful. Like, oh my gosh. Like, when things have to be put into perspective, right? So I said, okay. I mean, this was wrecking my brain. Like, this was making me feel very low, right? I'm smart. I work hard. I got this degree. I've got that. I've got this. I've got that. Others are doing this. Others are doing that, right? The comparisons. And I know better. So I just had to quiet myself. Here comes devotion. Devotion comes, and I'm just going to read because I can't even make this stuff up. I go to devotion to do devotion, and here is the verse of the day. I waited patiently for the Lord to help me, and he turned to me and heard my cry. He lifted me out of the pit of despair, out of the mud and the mire. He set my feet on solid ground and steadied me as I walked along. Come on, Father. Come on, Father. Here's what I believe. When we tune in, like I've been tuning in, so I can say it now, but I'm coming off of a fast and I'm coming off of a dry, like, well, no drinking in January, no meat in January. Um, Let me take that back. 21 days of no meat. Because I started the year on a cruise where I ate everything I wanted and drank everything I wanted. So I welcome this fast. But in having sober living, truly, and then no alcohol, um, that helped usher in what I've been experiencing in terms of him responding like this. Like, I'm feeling all over the place. I'm feeling all crazy. I'm feeling all uncertain. I'm feeling all low. I'm feeling like I'm just worthless. I'm feeling like, why can't I? Like all over the place about business, about life, about money, about relationships, about all the things. And then I wake up to this. For me, that's how he gets at me. And because I'm disciplining myself and I'm devoting myself, I think whenever I'm in that space with him and I invite him in to everything I'm managing, he gets at me real quick. Like, okay, let me shut you up real quick. So he did. And my devotion shifted my entire day because now I had a word that I can anchor myself in. Okay. Now, I get to the day. Now, mind you, I share that the answer is in your library. That's the title of today's message because yesterday this was happening. This fog of uncertainty, this fog of trying to figure out my next move in business, what I want to do, what I don't want to do, when I'm going to do it. What is the website going to say? Am I going to put that offer out? Am I not going to put that offer out? Am I going to move forward with this? Am I going to not? Like, it will drive you crazy. Entrepreneurship is a whole thing. And I am pivoting. I know I'm in a space. So, similar for you, you may be in a space. You may be in a space of transition where what used to fit don't fit no more. What used to do it don't do it no more. And now you're trying to figure it out. And you're really, really trying to figure it out. And that is stressing you or it's taking you out of your element. It's making you feel ways. You're not as happy. Maybe you're like putting a lot of pressure on yourself. Maybe you snapping at people. Like, I've been doing all of that. So that's how I can say it. So in my confusion, in my like wanting to get it right, I want to build wealth. I want to make this amount in my business. Like, why hasn't it happened yet? Like, all the things all at once just hitting you all at one time. You have every single negative thought that you could have at one time. And you know, when that happens, it weighs you down. I don't even know how I started checking my email, but distractions, right? You get distracted. Got distracted in email. Wind up clicking through. Found an email from a mentor. Haven't talked to her in a while. I remember she just launched like a new part of her business. Clicked through the email, went to her website. Start clicking through, remembering all of the things she was working on, remembering this curriculum, like remembering all the things. Started to read reviews. I'm like, wow, that's an awesome result. I want that result. Wow, that's what that person experienced. Then the last review, they read her book and this it made them do this, feel this way, all these things. And then it clicked to me. I literally sat back, I turned, and as you can see, I have a bookshelf here. I have two. And I began to scan the bookshelf. I have that book. I have that book. I have that book. Where is that book? It was there. I reached for it. I hadn't opened it. I remember buying the book. I hadn't read it yet. Here's the book. And just so today I started reading it. It absolutely affirmed every single thing that I had been experiencing for like the past week. Every single everything that I have been experiencing on the business, money, wealth tip, it addressed it. I I I was blown away. I was blown away. So much so that I said I was going to read just a little bit of the beginning that really got me. Like, whoa, that is me. That is me. And she she been on this journey. Someone has gone through your journey. I don't know if they're a biblical character. I don't know if they're a mentor. I don't know if they're a family member. I don't know if they're a colleague. I don't know if they're a friend. I don't know who they are to you. Someone has gone through your journey. And to be able to see how she used her own journey as her purpose and calling allowed her to put it in a book that then people in the world could go out and buy and get insight for their journey. And so I thought, my God, this is it. This is exactly what I've been needing for this particular area. And guess what? It's been sitting on my freaking shelf probably for 2 years. And everything in divine order. When the student is ready, the teacher appears. The teacher appears, right? So your teacher may not take the manifestation of a physical person right now, but maybe it's a book, right? And so the answer is in your library. And I encourage you to take stock of what you already have. Take stock of the assets that are around you. Take stock. Someone's at the door, but I'm focused right now. Take stock of what you have that you haven't tapped, because your answer is there. Your answer is there, right in your own domain. So that's it. That's all I've got for you today. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, Father, because this has shifted things for me. And now I have a guide that I can use to be successful in this area, but more than anything, to release the confusion. I am no longer confused. I now have a blueprint upon which I can totally understand what it is that I need to be doing right now. And so, given that, I am committed. I'm committed to reading. I'm committed to understanding how everything is like, well, no, I'm committed to being patient. Going back to the devotion, I am committed to letting Him guide my steps, because in the flurry, in the confusion, I keep thinking, what am I to do, right? What am I supposed to do? The word said I'm supposed to wait patiently for Him to pull me out. And that's what happened today. Well, I don't know if I waited or if it was just a function of how it all went. And I was wise enough to not take any actions, but to allow myself to be guided. And it led me to this book. And so, because of that, I now have released the confusion. I now have released those feelings of anxiety and that despair. I have a blueprint from someone who, as she describes in her book, was feeling exactly how I've been feeling over the past few days. So I need you to think about the feelings you're having, what it is you're trying to understand, and who possibly has already experienced this. Yes, Erica, the right thing at the wrong time becomes the wrong thing. Right, right, right. Alignment. Yes, this is a breakthrough. Yes, and I am so ready for it that I can't even put it down. So much so, I have already taken my shower. I have eaten dinner. I have my pajamas on under this, and I am about to go read this book until I fall asleep. I'm ready. Right? And so I encourage you to stay ready. Get ready and stay ready, because whatever you want to be pulled out of is simply a function of you being ready to get the answer, right? And get the answer, right? Like, the answer came to me. I know it seems like so haphazard. I checked an email, I did this, I clicked through everything in divine order. Everything in divine order. We live purposeful lives. So everything in divine order, and you are being led to the answer. You are being led to how to trust, how we don't have to do it all. It's not necessarily our call to action yet. And that's the thing. When it is our call to action, then you got to be ready to act. You can't be like, oh, I'm tired. I've been acting. I've been trying to figure it out. And this. And that's why everything in divine order. When it ain't your time to act, sit back and trust. Sit back and wait. And then wait patiently. That has been irking my nerves this week. I've been so annoyed with being patient. And there's a reason why it is such a virtue. It is a reason why it's not something that comes easy for some people. And I am one of those people. So, this transformation, I'm like, oh my gosh, Father, when I struggle with what I'm supposed to do on here, like, because again, I don't really know why I have to go live every day. I just know it's a mandate. He reveals what he wants to reveal, and then he wants to test my obedience. Will you do what I tell you to do, even if you don't understand it? That's the best way I could explain my experience. I don't really know why I have to do this, and I will say, and so because I don't really know all the details, I'm not always clear on what I'm supposed to come on here and say. Sometimes I'm like, okay, let's talk about money. It makes sense. I know exactly what I want to say. Other times I'm like, I am frustrated and I don't want to get on here. And maybe the one or two times I haven't, right? And then there's other times where I'm like, I don't know, Father, tell me what to say. And then there's times like today where I'm like, I've got to share this. This is a revelation for someone, just like it was a revelation for me. And it's a meaningful revelation. This is a purpose driven life revelation. Like, everything I've been thinking about is coming into making some kind of sense based on this revelation. So I don't know how your creator gets at you, but I know how my creator gets at me. And my God is like, yo, I'm telling you, trust me. You cannot go wrong. I know you want to make $40,000 a month, Dominique. And guess what? I want you to make $40,000 a month. And guess what? You ain't even thinking as big as you can be thinking. Now that's when it gets scary, because I know whatever he got planned is bigger than my plans. And my plan is 40,000 a month. For some people that ain't nothing. Right? What if he wants me to make 100,000 a month? Right? Like, so that just goes to show nothing is too big for him. And if you trust him, you'll get the biggest you can get. Again, that's what I'm trying to tap. I want to tap what I can't even imagine. because I'm believing in this vision that's in my head and I can't shake it, but I don't always know how to create it. It's very clear to me that I want to impact the wealth of first generation Black women. I am very clear about that. I am a first generation Black woman. And what I need right now, I don't see. What I need in order for me to understand what it's going to take for me to achieve wealth, I don't see it. I don't see it in my learning style. I don't see it in the coaches and I don't see it in the financial firms. I don't see it. That's why I want to create it. This right here is a version of what's in my head. So I'm like, dang, she has gone through a similar experience that has led her to create what she didn't see. And now here it is. It manifested in this book. It's in the company that she runs. She's living it now. Man, that's powerful. That's powerful. That is powerful. And whatever you're going through, the exact same revelation is waiting for you. It's waiting for you. Whatever that vision is that you have in your head that you just cannot shake no matter what, and you're like, I must be called to do this. I just don't know the how. You may not be doing anything with it right now, or maybe you've been working at it for years. I don't know. But whatever that is, I'm telling you, it's not false. It is possible. He wants you to trust him to lead you to your next step. And and sometimes you don't even know what trusting looks like. So that's really when you have to sit back. And as I've been saying lately, I had to back up off of it and sit my cup down. Truly, truly, and just do nothing. So fasting came into play, dry January came into play, like removing myself from relationships came into play, quieting myself to the extent that I could, but then going through some things. So all of that is happening, and then I start going through things. I'm careful to not call it an attack, because everything in divine order. I had to experience these things where I'm like, my words are coming under scrutiny. My behavior is coming under scrutiny. My attitude is coming under scrutiny. My whole being is coming under scrutiny, and it is freaking annoying, uncomfortable, feels unfair, pisses me off, like all the things. That's the test. That's the test. And in that moment, I had to rely on him to get me through. Otherwise, I would have blew up on everybody. Everybody. And that's not acceptable. And as a leader, man, it feels like you get it even worse. It feels like you get it even worse. And I'm not even in the spotlight, right? There's some leaders who are in the spotlight. Whoo, you got to be careful what you ask for. Because when you get it, it comes with some stuff. And you got to be responsible with that stuff, all the while trying to figure out what you should be working towards. Man, what a way he draws us closer. What a way he makes you rely on him. And at that point, when you tired, fed up, and just don't give a, you're like, well, what else could I, what else better is there to do, right? But he don't want you to be forced to sit with him. He wants you to be wise and invite him in. And so I've been acting like God is sitting next to me. I've been acting like I'm sitting on the right side of him. That's how I've been acting, even in my car. Your ride's in the back. He in the passenger seat. I'm trying to think like that so I'm mindful of how to be. right? I mean, remember the little wristbands? What would Jesus do? WWJD? Well, I took it up a notch. I'm just like, what would God do if he was right here? Would he be like, yo, check yourself? Would he be like, job well done, give me that? Would he be like, that is completely unacceptable? Like, that's my metric now for how I'm trying, not trying, for how I'm operating, how I want to show up. And it's translating into everything. It's translating into everything. So, everything in divine order, everything is connected. And all you need is what you have. Somewhere you got to shine a light on an area that you may not have shown a light on. And your answer is probably right there. The answer is in your library. All right. Peace, y'all. Have a great night.